Hello and welcome back to Exeter City, where we have indeed secured our Premier League survival. If I just kept clicking through, Brighton played their game before we did the next weekend and drew it, which was the point gap that we needed, the drop points we needed from them. So we were actually safe before we even kicked another ball. However, we played 2 games since then, Liverpool and Chelsea, when as you kind of expected. I'll get you caught up. We've had 3 consecutive 3-2s, 1 in our favour, and then 2 not in our favour, against the 2 teams that you didn't see. Wish they could have kept being in our favour, but we pulled back what was a 2-0 deficit, thanks to an Otavio sending off, giving us an extra man. We pulled those 2 goals back via Eric Bailly and Mwepu, penalty each on both sides there. Very rarely have we had penalties in our favour, usually against us. There's another one there for Harry Kane in this situation. He's only scored 9 goals this year in total, 2 of them in this game. Rajkovic on a 6.2. You see what I mean about lulling me into a false sense of security? But as you saw last time, Gomez is injured. We took the lead against Liverpool and we brought it back to 2-2 again at one point before Schlotterbeck ruined our life. I'm not really pleased with either of these. We had the better chances overall against Tottenham. There's a penalty obviously in both XGs there. And it wasn't a horrendous a game against Liverpool either. Probably deserved to lose, but 1.5 to 1? Neither goalkeeper really covered themselves in glory in that one, let's be real, as represented by the goalkeeper ratings for the pair of them, 6.5 and 6.6. Rahman, though, 6.1. You may notice actually here, I've gone back to a 4-3-3 as people call it, 4-3-2-1. I don't know why it's changed to a 4-3-3. In people's terminology, it's 4-3-2-1. Let's get that straight. 4-3-3 is 3 strikers. We're going to have 2 more away games to finish this season. We are 16th, 38. Obviously, this game we're yet to play. If we were to miraculously win this, 41 points. And then there is something to play for on the final day, in the sense that we could get up to possibly 13th. We can't go lower than 16th, because Burnley are 4 points behind and they've only got the 1 game remaining. But we can get as high as 13th if we were to win this. If we're to lose this, we can't move away from 16th, and I won't even bother bringing you the final game of the season. That's why I brought you back on this game. Murillo is suspended for this one, picked up a yellow card warning, but otherwise, full strength-ish. Rajkovic, Martin, Bailly, Arsby, Arroyo, Aholu, Mwepu, Perkins in the middle, Mansley and Fernandez out wide-ish, Rahman up front. I don't know whether or not to keep him as a pressing forward or having him as an attacking forward. I don't know what is the best situation there for him. Tweaked a few of the instructions on the overall and on the personal. I realise there's a few errant instructions in there that I don't really feel is necessary or particularly good for teams that are underdogs. But 2 away trips to end our season of 38 away trips, let's be real actually, but 2 actual away trips. Old Trafford. First up here, Rahman, Mansley, Perkins, slight tackle by Hannibal. Your face, really? Rahman's offside, that's irrelevant anyway because he's about a foot shorter than the defender. He's only about 5'8", actually, he's not that bad. Mwepu, Bailly, Mansley, Bailly again. I wish there was a way. I wish there was instructions on how you should pass to a player. Perkins has broken through the defender. Not through the defender, through the defensive line. But yeah, it'd be great if you could instruct people to never to play it to that person's head. Whether it's a player trait on the individual person or in the instructions for that position. I would like there to be just something in that respect. So if you've got like a 5'8" striker, just say, never aim for his head, for instance. Try to play it to his feet. Now obviously there's a trait, play it to feet, but that's more about confidence in sort of ball control than anything else, or pace or whatever. I would like an instruction for the team to target that player either aerially or on the ground, or in front of him if they're a good runner. Specifically, rather than just, pass into space. I want pass into space for specific players. Perkins, for instance, because it's no good having pass into space on a 10 pace, 10 acceleration sort of aging striker. Arroyo, Mwepu, that's hooked to the back, and Mansley is there. I don't think Mansley's that tall, but he has got the better of Caligari. I don't think he's that short either, actually. But Mansley's the problem, because I do want to play this tactic next year. I want to play a more conventional 4-3-2-1, 4-3-3, whatever you want to call it, even if you're wrong. The problem is, Mansley and Markovic take those midfield positions. So what do we do about Sonny Perkins? Do we let him go back? Do we not bother with a loan anymore for Sonny Perkins? It is a problem. Conceição has smacked it against the wall, but there's still a highlight happening here, and Mansley somehow managed to slide tackle it backwards to their player. And Milinkovic has got the ball in again. It's fallen to them for a fourth time, it feels like, in this highlight. And we finally got the possession. Sorry, did Mwepu just backheel that to Eric Bailly? But no, it's back in Man United's possession for the 17th time, and there is a chance eventually at the end of it. Shortire and Hannibal developed into first-team players for Man United, it seems. Or at least first-team enough to be playing us. I'm not sure how much Man United have got to play for at the end of this season. We know they're at the FA Cup because they were beaten by Wolves, which is what's delayed this game till now. Vardiol to Van der Beek, who's playing. Ugarte, Shortire. Sorry, just Van der Beek actually playing. That's just registered. Arroyo down to Mwepu. We've intercepted this. And Mwepu, nope, not quite. Arsby. Thought they might pass it back to him in a 1-2 situation. Rajkovic out to Bailly now. Still Bailly. He's kicked it against Conchechal, but he'll get that ball back, thankfully, for him. Rajkovic tries to get Mansley. Does get Mansley. Perkins. Through to Rahman. Not offside. Back to Perkins. And it's 2-0. When I said at the beginning of this, if we were to win this and end up on 41 points and there's something to play for on the final day, wasn't really expecting this. And Perkins has scored 3 goals in 2 games since we switched back to this. I'm so sorry, Sonny Perkins, for not allowing you to do this all season. Yep, onside. Great run. So this is where pass into space works. Perkins. Mwepu's on an 8.1. I think he's assisted both of them. Hannibal is going to find Shortire here. Okay, play back to Vardiol. Ugarte with a lovely side challenge. Fernandez is going to give it away, and not a bad effort from Francisco, I think his first name is, Conchechal. Now just no nonsense from here on in, please. Just praise them. Fernandez is on a 6.4. It'd be nice if he could actually be playing football at some point in his career. I'm not convinced. Oh, apparently there's a penalty here, which is never not a penalty. I didn't really see what happened, but another penalty given away. That might be the 10th penalty that we've given away this year. 10. I feel like we're in double digits at this point. There's only 38 games. I don't really know what... Rajkovic has gone the wrong way. I don't really know what contributes to penalty giving away. Obviously, the speed and technical ability of opposition players versus the tackling ability of your players, I imagine, is a factor. But the fact that we are so wow, still winning though. The fact that we are just so ready to give away penalties is... I feel like Man United have rotated, actually. And now they put on Dallo for Gvardiol, which I think is a minor downgrade, but not by much. Van der Beek, Shortire. Because they've got Diallo up front now, Royo, and I know Rashford has scored 20-plus goals this season, so either he's injured or they've rotated. Bailly, Aholu, gives it away. Ironically, I specifically added takes fewer risks to Aholu before this game, and he's just given it away there. As does Arsby, who also has takes fewer risks on. Shortire. Ah, they've scored directly from that. He was at fault for the penalty as well, Arsby. He won April's Player of the Month, Young Player of the Month, as well as March's after I highlighted that last stream. After I highlighted that last episode stream, I don't know where that came from. Cool. See, this is the kind of nonsense that I was used to. Hansen Arun, which is a fantastically difficult name to say. Shortire's first goal of the season. They've definitely rotated here. Ah, right. So Rajkovic's shave of a redirection there from his save there has put it into Shortire's path. Cool. One of these games then. Okay. I mean, if we haven't even worked that out from the 2-0 to 2 all part of this game. Ah, Diallo's broken through because defenders don't know how to defend, and Rajkovic is an absolute clown. Now, remarkably, Mwepu can play on that right-hand side. I don't think he has both feet capabilities, so I'm just going to play him as a regular winger. We've done actually literally nothing since we scored the second goal. Literally nothing. We don't deserve anything out of this game. Or nothing to play for on the final day, so I'll bring you the season roundup. United with literally nothing to play for now either. They're basically guaranteed third. City versus Tottenham for the last Champions League spot, though. I will say, losing 3-2 is getting a little annoying. I mean, at this point, we're deliberately injuring our goalkeepers, it seems. Rahman's injured frugal here. I've just asked if I can improve the percentage for transfer revenue. The current limits are imposed to ensure we remain financially secure. We have 37 million in the bank, lads. With 3 more to go from this season, plus the prize money. I think we're alright. Literally one button and I've got them to change their mind. What was the point, Nick? Yeah, the sooner he goes, the better. Up to 85%. I'm just hoping that with the finances, they review that again over the summer to become 100%. Oh, I got a new 3-year contract, by the way, very recently. I've gone from 3.5 grand per week to 29. Bit of a jump, yeah. But 3 more years guaranteed. Not that I'm ever going to leave. I think I have been offered interviews for basically every club in the bottom half this season. Leeds, Sheffield United, Burnley, Fulham, Leicester, and Newcastle have all offered me interviews. I'm pretty certain over the course of this season. You think eventually they'd get the message. Team is unchanged for the final game of the season. I'll just bring you the goals because there's nothing to play for. Actually, that said, right back. Murillo is back and Arroyo isn't at full fitness, so cool. Problem solved. Oh, they're playing a diamond. You don't see that from the AI very often. Aaron Martin. Let's come back to Martin on this left-hand side. I'll just narrate over this first highlight in case it's a goal. Perkins finds Fernandez. It's not a goal. It is a goal. There we are. 1-0. So I'll see you very shortly for us 2-0 and then their 3 goals. Actually, we'll just watch this again first because it's nice to remember the good times before the inevitable nonsense. Well, guess what? Oh, look, another one. Kudus steps up. Kudus buries it because Rajkovic couldn't save anything. I'm trying to think of a metaphor, but he's just that bad. He doesn't even move. Just sort of falls over. Okay, we've got the ball back and decided to do that with it. Oh, wow, that's a great move. I think Watkins is just offside by the time it gets to him, but concerning that they can just do that, though. The lines are less marginal than the people. Sorry, the lines are more marginal than the people. Have they got Bilo in goal? Well. Oh, Rajkovic made a save. Philip Rahman, Good Johnson's going to play as a target forward up front to see if that makes a difference. Norwood's on for his final game for us. Will be leaving at the end of the season no matter what, and Josh Keymars will come on as well just for minutes. Although he will miss the 75-minute mark. Wendia. Well, Manny Cash is miles off there. 10 minutes to go, and it would be so us to get a draw in this final game when nothing matters. Two draws all season, both of them against Everton, and it would be so us if we just got one more final draw now. Nothing to play for, 1-1. Just to ruin that one aesthetic that we had left. Liverpool ended up dominating thanks to their games in hand, 8 points on Chelsea. City played Liverpool on the final day, didn't even realise that, so Spurs get Champions League football ahead of Manchester City. Everton ahead of Arsenal because it looks like Arsenal did. No, they actually beat West Ham. Arsenal didn't Arsenal, in fact, they actually took the place off Wolves, who slipped up in the end of the season. They were 4th. In fact, Everton played Wolves. Oh dear. Oh, very dear Wolves. They might have the FA Cup final actually still, I don't know. Dear God, that makes me feel better about my season. Good Lord. We all laughed at Dr. Benji's bottle on the final day for Dortmund, but good God, that's a graph. Rajkovic got to play what? Oh, now you turn up. And he took you 38 games. £9 million. Review time. Markovic, the best performer. We knew this already. Arsby, despite a slight tail off towards the end of the season. 7 rating 2. Free transfer, of course. 1.5 million for Markovic. 275. I mean, in the 4 times that Alfred Gomez actually played for us, a 7 rating. Not sure what this column is, by the way, out here. Wepu was very good. Good Johnson ended up being quite good in the end overall, despite the fact he didn't score for like 16 hours at one point. Aaron Martin, 6.9 for £8 million. He was the big outlay, really. Ahulu's 31, 5 million. That was a weird way of saying it. Mansali was a bit in and out. Did better once he learnt English. Yeah, Murillo concerning, but I think Murillo's mostly concerning because he doesn't know English and he couldn't learn it because he was on loan. And considering we fight bravely against relegation, it's a B. 4-3 against... I just realised we had thrillers against West Ham both times and injury time winners. Sponsorship way up, broadcast revenue way up, of course. 93 million in the broadcast revenue. Up from 3. Competition prize money obviously way up as well. 10,001 shirts sold. Who was that one? Tactical style, clean slate. I mean, the description doesn't even help describe that. But this is the tactic apparently. Rajkovic 6.84, Bay 6.84, Zezija 6.68. He played 27 games, but come on, Arsby goes there. Josh Key at right back, 6.69. Really? Martin, 6.91 at left back. Aholu, pretty good. Mansley, Mwapu, Perkins, all good ratings in the middle there. Rahman and Good Johnson, both just shy of a 7 in the end, average rating, even though they both had big dry spells scoring-wise. Somehow I managed to win Skybet Championship Manager of the Year in the 2025 season. It's because of the playoffs. We didn't get that reward until after technically the season began here. Confusing. But Perkins player of the season, young player of the season, Perkins, signing of the season, Markovic, goal of the season, Markovic, top goal scorer, Roman. Did get 18 goals in total. That's what we were hoping from him. Wepu, 9 assists. Martin, 4 player of the matches. Wow, actually, that was surprising. Perkins highest and most passes, Ahulu. Said Mansley was the record breaker for the price tag, but then Martin was fractionally more than him after that. Record low number of draws. Duh. Fernandez makes his way onto the bench, finally. Rahman is on the bench, and that's it for the people for this season. It's fight bravely again next year, apparently. We can go to the USA, Singapore, China. Not gonna lie, kind of hoping for South America there, or Brazil in particular, because there is a historical link for Exeter and Brazil. They were the first, I believe they were the first English club to play in Brazil, or something like that. Go USA for now. I started scouting the players that are being relegated. 600, and there's the stadium. I was waiting for that one. I was wondering if that was going to come this year. I've never asked for it, but because I didn't want to put us into massive debt for loans and things. But they've done it of their own regard. 625 grand per week, 36 million, 35.5 million transfer budget. Good timing. I have a player coming in that has a work permit decision, and if he hadn't had that work permit decision, I wouldn't have had enough money to do it. It's a youth player who had 50 million on his potential value. I suspect that was a bit of a lie. Nope. He's a 15-year-old, 1.5-star goalkeeper. Transfer value is this, and for some reason he's happy to join us. 100% expected him to say, I'm happy to continue my development here. Let's have a look at this. Everything's TBC. Cool. Just searching. The main reason behind the decision was that chairperson Nick Hawker really wanted to relocate the club back to the home city of Exeter. Yeah, that'd help. Just to make you aware of this, that's 200 grand more per week for us, and therefore that's basically 50% more. I actually want to see if that remotely puts us anywhere near anyone else in this division. Just to abandon that right-hand side. Our current 400-ish grand per week gets us at 15.8 million per year. 50% on top of that will make that about 22, 23 million if we were to max out our wage bill. Next lowest is Sheffield United's 48. Okay then. Basically, to be on par with the ones that aren't predicted to be relegated, you need to be spending $1 million a week. More than $1 million a week. Wait, how does that work? That's not 400 grand a week. That's a lot less than 400 grand a week. That must be just pure salary. And then the currently spending factors in expected bonuses and things like that, I believe. So that must be to do with it. Because 400 grand would be about 18, 19 million. It would be just shy of 20. It would just be sort of 10% less than 26. That 400 grand per week would be nearer 21, 22 million a year. So I think the wage budget up there factors in expected bonuses, whereas the team one doesn't on the league pages. Let's pop this on statistics for you, see if there's anything intriguing here. We'll just double check the tackles completed. Full back at the top, because of course they are. Striker Rahman is 5th. Only 70% accuracy though. Mario, despite being a defensive right back, only 63% success rate. My central defender with the most minutes is here, with 25 and 69% tackle rate. Alright. 9 of them key tackles though. He's just rubbish at the ones that aren't important. See, this is where Guard Arsby shined. 84% tackle completion, 90% heading accuracy in only 1,800 minutes exactly. 20 full games, 316. I think he might have the most headers, despite having 7 games less than he does. Despite having 7 games less than Zezuja, 1 more game, in fact, 31 more minutes than McKenna, 18 minutes less than Bailly, who was sometimes a halfback. See, this is why Arsby's been so good, because he can actually head the ball, apparently. Determination, work rate, teamwork. I love everything about him. And he seems to be somewhat competent at tackling as well. Breaking the mould of defenders actually being able to tackle. Only 8 aggression, though, on him. Not a great deal of development. Not really much more to speak of there. Our most valuable player is Martin Saunders, who's out on loan. I kind of regret doing that a little bit. It has developed him, but at the same time it has ruined our ability to homegrown club him. He will still be homegrown nation, though, because I loaned him out to Ipswich, under the tutelage of Frank Lampard. Yeah, he's managing Ipswich, but he's good with youngsters, so that's cool. The only ones who can become homegrown club, by the way, are Mansley and Murillo. Fernandez can't be homegrown club. Markovic and Arsby can't become homegrown club because of their half-season loan out at the start of the season. I did wonder if that was going to be a problem or not. I did hope we'd get them back in time. They were 18 when they returned, but they turned 19 in the second half of the season, and I think that's what's done it. But Fernandez is the question mark. Do not be surprised to not see Fernandez next year. He's worth 11 million, 14.5 top end, but he's not being good, and he's never been great. And his potential I don't think he's got any much more potential in him. So I'd happily take 10 million for him. He's the player with, wow, actually, I've just realised quite a lot of our players' values have gone down very, very recently. Johnson's gone down to 13.5, Rahman's gone down to 15.5. They were floating around the 20 million mark, both of them, about 3 weeks ago in game. What on earth happened there? Maybe we'll get like another reputation boost at the end of this season, just for staying in the Premier League. But yeah, something's not right there still. One full season in the Premier League, and wonder if there's a significant boost at the end of the season. Technically loan Saunders to a more reputable club. We've survived, that's the most important thing. 30-something million to spend in the summer. It's a little bit more leeway, I think, than last year. And I've already got some targets in mind. I'll see you for another season in the Premier League, which is hopefully a little bit less stressful. Until then, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Bye now. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ra.